it's me, Jennifer, with HealthyCraftyMom.com, and today we are going to talk about the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. So if that interests you, if that's a book you've wanted to read and haven't done so, or maybe you just need a refresher and you've been meaning to reread the book, I just finished reading it, and here are the points that I got out of it. So with that being said, go ahead, grab your warm drink, and let's go ahead and get started. All right. So before we get started, I just want to say I am wearing AirPods today. Let me know if the audio quality is better than it normally is. I'm trying to decide if the issue is with the transfer from my phone to the computer, or if it is with just my phone itself. So I am trying to solve this audio problem that I know I've had in a few videos where it sounds like a bad connection where it goes, you know what I'm talking about, like people who used to have like the old style phones. Okay, so if you know what I'm talking about, let me know if it's still doing it in the comments below or if it's better. With all that being said, let's go and get started with talking about the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. So, the book starts out with an introduction of the Toltec people, which is where he got this information from. I didn't really. Now, this is just my personal opinion. If you want to go and read the introduction, you can. Some people get more information out of it than I did. I really didn't find it useful. Like, I'm not one of those people who are like, well, how do you know that? Why do you know that? Where did you get that information? Like, I will do my research, but then I don't like go down a rabbit hole with it. Like, I'm going to take you for your word that this is what you believe, and then I'm going to decide if I believe it or not. But where you got the information from, like, that it just doesn't matter to me. If you do, if you're one of those people that go down the rabbit hole and want to double check sources and all of that, I feel like that's really what the introduction is. If you got more out of that than I did, and you think that there's more into the introduction than just him introducing the Toltec people and their culture, put it in the comments below because I totally missed that. Maddie, I need that page, please. I know, but it has my notes. You gotta color on that page. Thank you. All right, so then the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And so there are two main concepts in this, and then he repeats a certain phrase over and over. Maddie, do not make me. Here, how about this? I'll tear out this page. Thank you. All right. I need this paper. This is mommy's paper. You can do whatever you want now. All right. All right. So the first agreement, like I said, is be impeccable with your words. And the phrase that he repeats over and over and over again is words are spells. And so what he means by that is if you say positive things about something, positive things are going to happen. If you say negative things about that person, you're putting a negative aspect into their life that maybe they don't view as negative. A good example of this is a certain family member of mine is constantly being like, I'm concerned about you and your job and your family. You don't make enough money on your career to be able to like survive in all of this. And this is something this person has done since I decided to go after what I wanted. And he's saying that this is a kind of spell that you're putting on, that person is putting on to me. That's just like a personal example in my life. Words are spells, which he says through both chapters of. There's several chapters. Actually, the first agreement in the four agreements has the most chapters. It's the longest part of the book, I believe. And what his chapters are about: do what you say you're gonna do. He spends like a couple of chapters on that. He has an entire chapter about like the words are spells concept before he gets into it. And so, do what you say you're gonna do means just that. If you say you're gonna do something, ooh, good job. You want to show everybody your drawing? I don't know what it is, but she drew it, and she's proud of it. Alright, so do what you say you're gonna do. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. That's the first concept. Be impeccable with your word. The second concept of being impeccable with your word is to not gossip. So this goes back to your words are spells. So if you say negative things about people, even if it's to somebody else, even if that person isn't in the room, you're still transferring that energy to that person to make whatever it is come into like existence, pretty much. So this goes into like the law of attraction concept of what you speak, you're gonna receive. What you put out into the universe is what is gonna happen. And even like in the Christian religion, we have examples of this in the Bible, where it says like God created the Word, and the Word was with God, and then we know that the Word is Jesus later on, and the words are what created the earth. So you know that your words are really powerful. And so that's really what being impeccable with your words means. It means watch what you say, do what you're going to do, be positive with what you're saying, and don't talk about other people. So yeah, that's the first concept. The second concept is don't take things personally. Yeah, I mean, so if somebody says something bad about you, that says more to do with them than it does you. Yeah, so if they're having a bad day and they're reflecting that bad day onto you, that has nothing to do with you. That has to do with them having a bad day and them doing what they think. Like, a good concept of this, if you go into my earlier, or example of this, is if you go into my earlier videos, I did take this personally and I made a video on this comment, which it got a lot of support, and thank you for that. But yeah, I made a video and it was just supposed to be for fun, and I did it. It was a short, so I did it on YouTube, like filming on YouTube, and they put a filter and it made my teeth look extra yellow. And I already have no enamel on my teeth. You can go back to that video if you want to learn more about why it happened. But this girl said that I was ugly, that I needed to brush my teeth. And I knew that I brushed my teeth before I made the video, but it still hurt because I took it personally. Even though I knew that the reason my teeth are yellow is because I have no more enamel left on my two front teeth. Yeah, so you don't know what people are going through, so just be kind. That's really, and then if people aren't being kind to you, oh, you made another picture for everybody to see. Here we go. All right, awesome. So then the third thing is don't make assumptions. So if they don't like what like if you didn't get the full information, don't just assume something. It's not a good thing. The best way to sum this up is my mom used to say this to us all the time as kids, and she said, don't assume things, because the word assume literally means that you're making an ass out of you and me. Because that's how it's spelled. um, yeah, so part of my language, but my mom used to just literally come out and say those words to us if we had partial information. She hated it when we would assume things about her, and I'm sure other people do too. So if you don't know things, feel free to ask, because it's not good to just guess the information. Now, sometimes you have to do that, but if you don't and you have a way to contact the person, and so you don't have to make that assumption, or if you don't even need to say the thing that you're assuming at all, then don't do it. Or maybe even say that you're going to before. So be like, hey, this is what I think, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, the third one is don't make assumptions, and the fourth one is always do your best. Pretty plain, pretty simple, easy to understand. You always try your hardest. The best for me might not be as good as somebody else, or my best might be like 3 times better than somebody, but they're trying their best, and they shouldn't compare what I'm doing to them. A good example of this is one of the girls I work for is 17, and I'm turning 35 this month. Yeah, so I can't compare not doing gymnastics for 18 years to her who quit gymnastics 2 years ago. Like, we were the same level when we quit, but she's kept in shape. She stayed in the gym to where I had like a 12-year break in between my last gymnastics competition and coming back and working as a gymnastics coach. So yeah, she can do more than me, but I know that I'm doing my best, and she is, girl, they want to see me. They want to see the person talking. Alright, so yeah, so I'm doing my best, she's doing her best, and they're not on the same level, and that is absolutely okay. There are a few chapters after it, and that is, one of them is just pretty much saying that nobody's perfect. You're not going to get this on your first try. But show up every day trying to do these concepts. Girl, for real. Uh-oh. Careful. So show up every day trying your best, trying to make these 4 things happen, and you're going to be happy. And if you slip up, don't be afraid to apologize, make amends with yourself, and if there's another person involved, with them, or if there's several other people involved, all of them, and just try again. And then it ends with several prayers, which I'm going to have to hold you down. You're being so silly. And then it ends with a few prayers. I don't remember any of them offhand. But yeah, if you're looking for different prayers to say to make your life better and happier, it includes those 2 at the end of the book. So that is my takeaway with the 4 agreements. Careful there, sweet girl. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have other books you want me to read and review, leave them in the comments below. And like I said earlier, let me know if the audio quality today is better than it was. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.